So we just got some huge news from the official Supercard Twitter account regarding this week's event. They tweeted out two pictures, one of a Matt Hardy event card, one of a Jeff Hardy event card, saying Hardy Boy or Hardy Boys. For this week only, Ring Domination features even better rewards, including 2 event cards. Gameplay starts tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time? No. Pacific... What does the D stand for? 1 second. Let me look this up. PDT. Okay, Pacific Daylight Time. Okay, that makes sense. For some reason, the D totally messed me up. I'm just used to the Eastern Standard Time. Alright, so for the first time ever, we're getting 2 event cards. No, it's not for the first time ever that we're getting 2 event cards in 1 week, but it's the first time ever that we're getting 2 event cards in a Ring Domination. Now, this brings up a question that people ask right away. Is there gonna be 2 Ring Domination events? Meaning you'd have a separate event pop-up for Matt, a separate event pop-up for Jeff, and for each one, you'd have to go through an Ultimate card, a WrestleMania 33 card, and the actual WrestleMania 33 event, whether that's Jeff or Matt or both. Or is it just going to be one combined Ring Domination event as it usually is, but in this case, you have 2 event cards within that one Ring Domination? I really hope that's the case and we don't have to go through a total of 6 cards to get both Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, but I'm always one to prepare for the worst and think the worst in situations like this, and I also feel that most of the times it's the harder route. And I always prepare for that just in case so I don't get my hopes up, so then, bam, you've got 2 events, and I'm like, what the hell, I thought it was going to be 1 event. But the way they worded this, honestly, it seems like it's just going to be 1 event, and you've got both of those cards within that one Ring Domination. The way they said Ring Domination features even better rewards, including 2 event cards. So I'm thinking they mean that one Ring Domination is going to include 2 events. They haven't gone out, as far as I know, they haven't answered anybody's question that's asked whether it's going to be 2 separate Ring Dominations or 1. Yeah, they haven't yet. But like I said, with the wording of that tweet, I think it's just going to be 1 Ring Domination event that includes both of those cards. Now, here's the thing with that. If that's the case, then I hope they somehow figure out a way to give you a choice of which Hardy card to go for first. Because if they don't, then it's not really a choice. You can't choose whether you want to go for Matt or Jeff. Maybe you don't have the time to go for all 4 cards. Then let's say they put Matt first, but you really want Jeff. That would mean that you're pretty much obligated to just get Matt Hardy. You don't have a choice. I think a choice would be cool here. Actually, speaking of choices, in the comments section, if you could only go for one of these cards, even if you plan on going for both. If for some reason you could just go for one, would you go for the Matt Hardy card, who's a power and charisma and a right blue triangle, or Jeff Hardy, who's a toughness and speed and a left blue triangle card? Now, looking at both cards, personally, I think that the Jeff Hardy card looks better. And also, I prefer left blue triangles to right blue triangles simply because, for the most part, I feel that left blue triangles are less common when it comes to event cards. So with that said, you'd probably think I'd go with Jeff Hardy, but actually, over the years, I've been a bigger Matt Hardy fan than I was a Jeff fan. And I was surprised they didn't really do too much with Matt or really push him too much when he came back to feud against Edge. He was on Raw, main eventing with John Cena and Shawn Michaels in tag team matches, main event tag team matches, beat Edge in that steel cage match. But at the end of the day, Edge beat him in their last match, which sent Matt Hardy to SmackDown, and from there, he pretty much stayed put in the mid-card scene. I'd say the biggest thing he did after that was beat Jeff Hardy twice, once at Mania, and then on an episode of SmackDown, also in a stretcher match. But yeah, the plan is to go for both, but if I could only pick one, I'd go with Matt. Craziest thing is, I had just messaged Shandy 2 days ago to make me custom Hardy event cards, and then we get this news, and it's official. We're getting Matt and Jeff, but I think it's in a way that none of us expected. 2 cards within 1 event, and it's not a PCC. To be honest, when I first saw the tweet, I just looked at the pictures, I was like, what? They're bringing back PCC? Because they could also be mistaken for PCC cards because of the red look that, these recent event cards have had in the WrestleMania 33 tier, and with 2 cards within 1 event, that's what I thought immediately, that they brought back PCC. But looks like that's not the case, at least not yet. And yeah, that's pretty much it as far as what I've got to say in terms of this week's event. Although I wonder what next week's event is gonna hold. Road to Glory, that's what I'm fearing when it comes to, people who plan on getting both Matt and Jeff. It might just be a very, very long Road to Glory unless they go ahead and reduce the points to where it's the equivalent of getting just one event card out of a Road to Glory. I think that would be pretty cool, but I wouldn't get my hopes up for that. Personally, I would go ahead and prepare for the worst for Road to Glory. Prepare for the harder road where the points are not reduced, where it's a longer road because you've got 2 event cards. But if they do that, then I hope they also increase the event time, give you more time to get those cards, because you've got an extra card in there. Actually, Supercard, if you're listening to this, hey, please reduce the Road to Glory points next week. It'd be greatly appreciated. Actually, if you can make them as low as the HBK Road to Glory, that'd be freaking great. Either way, getting 2 Hardy Event Pros is definitely going to make up for me not getting Brock Pro from Ring Domination and Road to Glory, because I've been in the King of the Ring facing off against people who do have Brock Pro, while I only have HBK Pro and 2 normal WrestleMania 33 Pros. Speaking of the King of the Ring, it's also going to make up for me doing terrible in this King of the Ring. So, first off, I forgot to energize a couple times, then I go to sleep for a freaking eternity, wake up, I'm at like 6 and 19 as far as my record goes, and then I start energizing. I win a couple matches, but then despite energizing, I still lose a bunch of matches, and I'm like, yo, this King of the Ring is really competitive. I really should have revised my deck more prior to joining the King of the Ring, because pretty much what I did here is I copied the exact same setup that I had for the last King of the Ring, and I just put Dean Ambrose in there instead of Finn Balor. And that was it. I didn't look at anything else or make any adjustments, which obviously, as you can see, was a big mistake on my part. Now, what I'll go ahead and do is check if I'm actually going to get any rewards from this King of the Ring. I haven't checked yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's see what type of rewards I'm going to get from this King of the Ring. Keep in mind, whatever I'm going to get, chances are it's going to be garbage, just like my record in this King of the Ring. Check this out, 17-28. I'm shocked that I won the last match. Actually, no, I'm not shocked. The guy has a worse record than mine. Look at the standings here. Number 12, Perry, which is one of you guys, he's at number 10. And at number 3, we've got Kevin. And at number 1, we've got Seth Rollins, who's also one of you guys. Seems like somebody said something in the chat here, so let's see what's up. I don't cry, babies. It's just a game. This escalated quickly. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Let's see. What are they talking about? Idiot. Why you gotta be a bit... What's going on here? It was the first proof I energized. Oh, looks like it's about the whole energizing thing, is it? Seth, what was your score? What happened? I work and still energize it? What's going on? So is somebody hating because somebody sandbag? I mean, it's part of the King of the Ring, if that's the case here. Hate baggers. Yeah, it seems like AJ Jones is pissed because I guess somebody sandbagged too much. But here's the thing, everybody sandbags. Some sandbag more than others. You do what you can to win these King of the Rings as long as it's within the rules and, you're not cheating or anything like that. Let's go ahead and check out what I get for my reward. What's it gonna be, guys? It's a random elite card. Yo, you know what? This could actually turn out decent. If it's a female elite card, that would be my first elite pro female. That's how bad my female cards are in this game. So let's see. Is it gonna be a few? It is. Holy shit, Becky Lynch. I think that's a pro. Yo, if this is a pro, this is the best possible scenario for this terrible King of the Ring that I was in. Not terrible because of the people, but terrible because of my record and how bad I did. But this, yo, I hope she's a pro. I'm pretty sure I had Becky Lynch. I really want to see now. Elites, let's please, Becky Lynch. Wait a minute, I see a Becky Lynch here. Oh, I do! I was like, yo, I only see one Becky Lynch, but this is the max out one, which means that I finally have an Elite Pro female card. This is great. This was the best possible scenario for this King of the Ring. You know what? I'm pretty happy with this King of the Ring. Despite me doing terrible, not getting a WrestleMania card, I've improved my female cards. My best, female, other than Ultimate Event Alexa Bliss or Ultimate Event Pro Alexa Bliss, was Ultimate Sasha Banks. So she's gonna go right. Well, actually, she's not gonna tag up well with Alexa Bliss. but she's gonna be an improvement for my Road to Glory deck. Anyways, in the last video, I told you guys if there's any current WWE topic that you want me to cover, to post a comment, and if it gets enough thumbs up, I'll go ahead and talk about that. So challenge me, went ahead and said, talk about Lana Rusev moving to SmackDown on your next video. Sure, I think it's gonna be a really good move for Rusev, and also a good move for Lana if she wants to be a singles wrestler. And the way they promoted Lana moving over to SmackDown, it definitely seems that way. It seems like Lana's gonna go her own way. They didn't go ahead and show a video of Rusev and Lana highlights, they just showed Lana on her own dancing on what looked to be the 205 stage. So they probably shot this after 205 or prior to a SmackDown, because the lights on the stage were purple. But anyways, that's really not important here. But as far as the gimmick she's gonna get, it looks like it's gonna be some sort of dancing gimmick. Now, usually those don't turn out too well, but mainly in the male division. In the female division, things are a bit different. For instance, Naomi dances during her entrance, and she's the champion right now, so it might turn out just fine for Lana. I'm interested in seeing how she is in the ring, especially after, I know she wrestled at WrestleMania a couple years back, but since then she's done some training, she's wrestled more matches. So she should be better than last time, and the good thing with her being with Rusev on SmackDown is if this doesn't turn out good, well, she can always go back to Rusev. They could always reunite the two, and if she ever needs some help in a championship match, Rusev's right there on the roster, so he can come in, superkick Charlotte, put her in the Accolade, and help Lana win the match. And as far as Rusev goes, I think he could get a good shot here on SmackDown, just like The Miz did, just like Baron Corbin did. Plus, as far as I know, he's still out with his shoulder injury for a bit, I think. So when he comes back, I'm pretty sure he's going to come back pretty dominant as he did the last time he came back. And the good thing about him being on SmackDown is there's not as many big men on SmackDown. So he's one of the few there. Braun Strowman is on Raw. Big Show didn't get drafted to SmackDown, so he's also on Raw. Brock Lesnar's on Raw. So Rusev's in a good position as a big man on SmackDown. It's just him and Baron Corbin and Kane, but the Big Red Machine hasn't been seen in a while, so right now it's just Corbin and Rusev. So if you're a Rusev fan, I think you'll end up liking this move. And they call SmackDown the land of opportunity. Shane McMahon has said it, and I think that's not just kayfabe, but it is actually the land of opportunities. Look at the opportunities that The Miz and Baron Corbin got since moving over to SmackDown. So I think Rusev could get some good opportunities here too. But now that it's over, looking at the draft overall for both Raw and SmackDown and what they each got, I think they both got a good deal out of this. And once again, it seems like they're both in the same situation as they were before, but with different superstars. For instance, Raw has more established main event guys that were recently main eventers or are currently main eventers like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Finn Balor. While on SmackDown, you've got a bit less established main eventers, but you've also got a ton of great talent that have the potential to be main eventers on the main roster. For instance, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Rusev, Baron Corbin, they can build these guys up to the point where they get recognized as main eventers on both Raw and SmackDown. And also, I think I forgot to mention Bray Wyatt when it comes to Raw. So anyways, that is pretty much it for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click the like button down below. And once again, let me know which Hardy you're gonna go for if you can only go for one. I'm out, guys. See ya.